And thank you for staying with us on Citizen Weekend. As I had earlier mentioned, tonight with me in studio, the Mwatia brothers. They are not strangers to you. You have seen them on your television screens, at concerts. They've graced our presence for the last couple of years, and they are with me here in studio tonight. The Mwatia brothers, all members of one family, so their parents must be very proud. And with me tonight in studio, let me just introduce them to you, is Rafton. You know Rafton. I know all of you are screaming at home, the girls especially, but all to the glory and honor of Christ. And also with us in studio tonight, Daddy Owen, award-winning, sensational musician, has risen to fame, you know, in quite a fast way, but, you know, he's got a story and he'll be sharing that with us tonight. Also with us tonight is their younger brothers, and you know, you probably, maybe some of you haven't met them before, haven't seen them before. There's Fidel. Fidel is here with us tonight, and there's Larry, who's also known as Sledge. So we'll be talking to them a little bit about what those names are all about. But let me start with big brother, Rafton.
Yes.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
I hear you are the new Goodwill Ambassador, Korean Goodwill Ambassador.
Yes, I am.
To Kenya.
Yes.
Tell us about that. How did that come by?
You know, for so long, I've been involving myself in charity events and dealing with the children's homes, and you know, so there's this time I was called to actually go and perform at a concert, and I didn't know. So I was just asked to go grace the occasion, and when I volunteered to do that, they were so impressed. And there were even other artists who were to come and perform, but they didn't even, I think they didn't show up.
Yeah.
So I kept on singing over and over again, and I didn't even know it was a Korean embassy fanfare.
Yeah.
And then after that, there was another very kind lady. She said, we need to talk to, you know, the diplomats. And that was like last year. And then I didn't realize until this year when I was called. And I was told, actually, I've been appointed the Korean Goodwill Ambassador to Kenya from the Ministry of...
Was this random, or had you been lobbying for it, or did this just come as one of those miracles?
It is one of those miracles,
Yeah.
Lily, and I can assure you. And when I was told that, I was really humbled, because it was actually an appointment made in Korea by the Korean Foreign Minister.
So you were in Korea recently, or?
I'm actually on my way to Korea.
Wow.
So to get familiar.
So we'll be talking
Yes.
about that shortly.
Yes.
Daddy Owen, I want to talk to you about, you know, we know from your big brother, Rafton, of course, he's the one who started off with Mwihulu. And then all of a sudden, we started hearing about Daddy Owen. And then shock on us, Daddy Owen is Rafton's brother. So tell us about your music journey. How did that start, and where?
For me, these young boys here, they remind me of Daddy Owen like 2 or 3 years ago. As in, at that time, I was just, Rafton was mentoring me, and Rafton was showing me the way to be a good musician in this industry, because it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing, as in, apart from just talent, character is very important. And you need someone who will tell you, don't do this and do this. This is the right thing, this is not the right thing. This one is pride, this one is being humble, and this one is showing off, and this one, you know, you need all those things to put together for you to be an element. As in, at the end of the day, my big brother Rafton really mentored me, and when he started singing, all of us, we had the passion of being musicians. But at the end of the day, you must let someone first break out, and then they'll mentor the others. So right now...
And then you came in, and then I remember System Yakapungala, and everybody was like, this is different. I mean, you know, the dances, and you know, of course, very colorful, but there were skeptics who said, this is a bit too much.
I know. It was, at that time, I decided to be radical, because at the end of the day, I felt the industry is missing something, and we can't just say there and say we are gospel artists and we need to be too quiet and all that, because the secular guys were doing great things. So for us, we can't just sit back and say we'll go behind the trees, Kama Kitambo River Road songs, stand there
behind the trees,
and shoot so many videos in the same location and all that. So I decided, let me try to do something different. Mix Lingala and Kapuka and come up with
and you're a good dancer, which begs the question, were you born a born-again Christian? Or where did you learn those moves?
No, at the end of the day, you know, we come from Kakamega, and Kakamega, even right now, if you look at primary school competition, dance competitions, high school and all that, my brother was in Kakamega High School. And if you look very well the history, you'll find that these schools are very good when it comes to dancing, traditional dance, and all that. So for us,
your dances are not traditional dances that you.
I had to put a swag a little bit on it, but at the end of the day, I had to change what was happening in the industry at that time.
And it was received well. The young people really embraced it.
Yes.
So you find that even the people perhaps in the clubs that you would like to be appealing to, you know, to get born again and whatever, actually enjoy that music, which is very positive. But before I get to Fidel and Sledge, let me talk to you, Rafton. Your brother comes into the music scene. And, you know, you're the star at this time. So what are you feeling? Are you feeling intimidated? Are you feeling like, you know, the spotlight is no longer on you and therefore maybe sometimes being a bit too controlling, telling him what tulia kidogo, don't.
I love that question, Lillian. I can tell you, believe you me, many people asked me that question a million times before. But I bless God because he taught me something, which is not easy, that the light will shine brighter if you light other candles, you know. Many musicians and many of us, we might be thinking that for you to stay relevant, you have to oppress and suppress your competitors or even your associates. That is not biblical. So for the Bible, what you simply do is you realize we are all coming from the same organization, which is an organization for Christ, to eliminate crisis. And we are one family. So the moment you light another candle, just like we are doing, even lighting these other ones, I can assure you the light grows even bigger.
So Fidel, you know, I don't think I've met you before, but I was just telling your brothers, you're the biggest and yet you're the small. You're the small brother. I think these are Cerelac babies, you guys. So Fidel, let me hear from you. You know, living in the shadow of now your big brother Rafton and then Daddy Owen, and then now you come into the industry as well and you also want to make a name for yourself. How's that been? How's that experience been?
Yeah, I will just say that experience, yani, ni hard, ngumu, because as in, watu wengi who expect ni kuweka rough, ni kuweka ka Owen. But you know, vitu zoanza pole pole. So in time, God willing. I
love that. I love that you said that. Confidence already and very beautiful smile. I'm sure the ladies will love you. So Sledge, nice mohawk by the way.
Oh my goodness. It's called ragged swag.
Oh, that's the ragged swag. Yeah, my son has that exact hairstyle. So your name is Sledge and I was asking you why Sledge? What is Sledge?
Sledge. While I was in high school, nilikuwa na dream ya kuwa artist a lot. But majorly nilikuwa nataka jina yenye wasiwezi ni identify nayo ile jina yangu ile ukweli. I'm called Larry Mwatia. So nilikuwa nataka wasiwe kwe as in nilikuwa na jina different. So I just decided to choose Sledge. Na ilijaz.
And the same question I asked your brother, living in the shadow now of your two bigger brothers, Master. I mean, are you able to live up to that? Can you even be better?
It's totally hard because guys also want to compare. Because hata ukipeleka DJ song sana compare na Raf or Daddy Owen. And then also wanajaribu ku imagine hiyo yezi. But for them, hata ukiuliza Owen, ilianza with time. Hakuna vlangi imba tu day one and then he beat rough. So with time.
And what I love about all of you guys is that you all have your unique looks. You know, Sledge looks like Sledge, Fidel looks like Owen, and of course Rafton. All of you guys have your own individual unique look. But what I'd like to ask is sibling rivalry. You know, everybody here has their own unique personality. Daddy Owen probably sometimes is thinking, I'm the star, kuna kitu neza niambia. So how do you deal with that? Do you guys fight? Do you have?
Me, I'll be very honest, Lillian. We disagree many a times. I will tell you, he has different character traits. Wengine wako na different character traits, but you know we understand each other. Most of them watakwambia masiri, but we respect each other.
Sema tu kweli wewe wasomea. Like there are times you sit them down and you're like,
we anaitwa baba.
Mimi wasome kwa upendo, you know. Kwa upendo mimi upenda vitu zifanyike haraka na instantly. Au inako more organized, anapanga nikanda ku fly to the moon.
Oh, he's organized.
Fidel, I do anything kabla adishi. unless it takes food, man, everything you're doing is in vain.
Yeah.
And then for Sledge, definitely is the critic of the entire group. And also Anasamapa as a producer. So he's also a producer.
So you guys are many. I mean, how many are you in your family?
Yeah,
The
60,
Mwatias?
60.
60 something.
No, but seriously though. Oh, and I think during the Malaika Tribute Awards, and we'll be talking about that shortly, you introduced your family, and you're
Yes.
many. How many are you guys?
We are 8.
You're 8. Okay.
4 chicks, 4 jamas.
4 chicks and 4 jamas.
Balanced
So
that.
perfect
Kabisa.
balance.
Kabisa.
Right. And who's the first one?
She's not here.
Uh-huh.
She's called Lois Princess Mito.
So it's a girl.
Then
Okay.
Rafton the second.
Okay. I want to talk to you, Daddy Owen. Again, you've been very vocal about the fact that you were on the wrong side of the tracks at some point. I mean, that for you, salvation and Christianity came later, and that your story is a testimony. Let's share a bit about that.
For me, I believe the most important thing you need to understand, anyone who sees Lilian Muli right now, they're seeing like something like gold. Something that, you understand? Gold.
Really?
Something that has
Why,
been...
thank you.
Something that has gone through fire.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, right now, it's glittering and all that. But they don't remember one time, this thing was uko underground, uko chini kwa mchanga and all that before it became what it is right now. For me, the most important thing I can tell any young person is that life that maybe you're living right now that is not the right life, that maybe uko tu mtaani kazi yako ni kupiga sengeta na kubelieve that at the end of the day you must put food on the table. That's the wrong attitude. The most important thing is you have a talent. Just look at the end of the tunnel, you'll see the light. Just make sure you know what God has blessed you with. So just stir the cup.
So why gospel for you? Why did you choose gospel?
For me, you know, Rafton got born again in 2001. 2001. At that time, I was still in college and I was still this bad boy here and there. But
kuambia ile siku nilikufungulia mlango.
But this
Siku-identify.
But this guy,
Please,
this guy,
to hear your story, Rafton.
Mse alitoka. You know, my dad and we love you, Mr. Mwatia. We really respect you. There's this international artist who would come into the country. And you know, my dad is he has an eagle eye. So he said, I know some of you will want to sneak out, but today don't sneak out. Owen ni nani? Anajifanya anaenda kufix aerial, anashukia nyuma anaishia. I'm telling you, kumbe walikuwa biashara, sijui ugondi ama ni nini. The next thing I saw bana, he came at around 3 a.m. and he's saying that he opened for me. Sikudanganyi, Lilian, I opened the door for my brother. The only thing I noticed was his voice, because he had blood all over. He'd been beaten thoroughly. And that was a very scary night. But that's what salvation does. It changes people from zero to hero. So there are many people out there, they're having challenges. And, you know, crime is addictive. It is sweet, I will not lie to you. And bad life, so to speak. But I'm telling you, at the end of the day, it will catch up with you.
Owen, please respond to that. And I think this is what the young people need to hear. That night, what happened? Where were you coming from? And was that the defining moment for you in as far as this is
for me,
it?
it was a turnaround moment for me. As in, I was like, this is it. This is the end of it. As in, I've been in this life for long and living a lie. But now, the way Rafton just said, it will catch up with you.
Ulikuwa umetoka wapi, Owen? You're not
Tulikuwa
responding to my
tumeenda
question.
show fulani inaitwa Beats of the Season. I came home and nimetoka Beats of the Season. Nilikuwa nimepigwa vizuri. But ilikuwa Ngong Road,
Yeah, Ngong Road.
Impala Grounds, I can't forget. The year was 2002 or 2000, I think 2002.
Yeah.
2002. And we went with the boys wa mtaani, kazi kufika huko event. Nyi mmeenda event amjana kuona show. Mmeenda event because there's so much you want to do, kuibia watu vitu zao na vitu kaa hizo. So when we entered in a matatu, we were like 4 or 5 guys, and we wanted to, of course, kuibia watu kwa hiyo matatu kila kitu. So the problem was, venye tuliiba, kuna wengine walishuka, mimi nikabaki. So mi kubaki, of course, mimi ndo nilikuwa culprit. Sasa nikashikwa out of the
Funzo kwa wengine wenye
tabia kama wewe. Mimi ndo nilifunzwa, hao wengine walihepa. So the worst thing is, I lost one of my eye. That's the lesson till today. I always remember. I lost one of my eye. Kuvaa shades kila saa si ati ni swag. Sasa zingine inanifunikianga hii jicho moja yenye mufil kama everyone notices the pain that I got.
And does this have anything to do with your passion? And I know that you're the founder of the Malaika Tribute Awards. You say you lost one of your eyes in that experience, in what you went through at that time. So, you know, just fast forwarding to today and what you're doing to give back. Does that have anything to do with your experience?
As in, if Rafton, you can remember very well, there's a time now this eye turned to be white. The one eye, now it turned to be white. And I remember I used to go places and people look at me in a very weird way. Because this black part, the whole eye now turned to be white. As in, when you enter somewhere, people are like, hey, what's up with this guy? His eye in a kafani and all that. So people used to look at me in a very weird way. And I felt like, and at that time I was very passionate being a musician, but I was like, I can't be a musician. Guys will be wondering what's up with this guy with his eye. So those are the things that I went through, and I really suffered because people are looking at me very differently, and yet I'm just a normal guy.
Yeah.
So from there I was really inspired, and through when I met Deno, in fact I met Deno in this studio, in one of the studios here in Citizen, and when I met Deno I was like, from that interview I was complaining that one of my eyes is blind. So when I met Deno, who is totally blind, it was an inspiring and very touching story. And from there I was like, I must do a song about disability. And from there I must do award ceremony to give back to the unsung heroes and people living with disability in this country.
And Daddy Owen, of course, is the founder of the Malaika Tribute Awards. I remember you flagged off last year.
Yes.
You had very glamorous, you know, ceremony there where you were just recognizing and celebrating people living with disability.
Yes.
That is amazing, and that is a very moving and touching story. And I thank you for sharing that with us, Fidel and Sledge. So now, you know, you've heard, you know, your brothers are doing big things. You know, Daddy Owen is here. He's coming out and saying, this is the life I lived, and now this is the life I'm living. And perhaps for you, Fidel, let me start with you. You know, gospel, a lot of people are doing gospel, and there's controversy over whether ni useleb, ama do watu wanatafuta, ama this is real. So for you, what is your motivation, and what is inspiring you, and what message do you want to send out there to the young guys?
My message ni as in kwa life unajanga, as in example poeta kwa kaa yetu, because tumetoka far na life yenye tulikuwa tukiishi kitambo. So then Raf akasevika, then Owen, then mi bado nilikuwa kwa story mob za world.
Za reggae.
Yes.
Reggae.
So
reggae. Bond them.
Yeah.
So you're a guy of reggae, but ama your rhythm now, your rhythm will be reggae because you like reggae.
Ilibidi sana change. So sa kuchange answer nikaona haitakuwa poa. Ni mimi nikienda the wrong way, na then naona wengi.
My bro, I set example.
Yeah. So mimi message yangu ni as in kuambia my young guys wa change life, so welcome to Christ.
That's good. Sledge, what is your style? What is, because we know, you know, Rafton has his own style. Daddy Owen has his own style. So for you, what is your style?
Hip hop.
Wachana na bro ajibu swali yake, because you've had your chance to speak. Let me hear from you.
Yeah, I'm doing some urban kind of music that fuse African type of music na urban kidogo.
Right.
Because umejua mimi ni youth. Na get kitu yenye boy best yangu anaweza taka kusikia out of gospel.
So are you trying to say their sound imekuwa sasa
My friend. Siko Jurassic.
Mimi najaribu kufuse hip hop with some African music.
So between your two bigger brothers, who are you closer with? Nimgani that you feel is more approachable? Or that's an unfair question?
It's not fair. But what no.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to say anything else.
They show us a lot and moral support. Wanatuambia vitu zenye nafaa tufanye na vitu zenye nafaa tufanye. And that's me thank God, because at least I have a brother who can tell me this is wrong.
Yeah.
And there's someone out there pengine analako mtu kumwagia moral
That's
support.
true. That's true. And I want to hear from you guys the pressure, and particularly maybe you, Daddy Owen. You know, the pressure of being a gospel artist. You know. And you know, nowadays with the blogs and with social media and whatnot, you have to be careful where you're seen, who you're seen with. You know, everything is just blown out of proportion. You're young. I mean, you've got a life to live. You still want to have a bit of your fun, but there are boundaries. So the pressure of that, and I know that sometimes, you know, something may have been said about you that is totally unfair. How do you deal with that?
For me, the first thing I remember is to whom much is given, much is expected. So one thing you need to do is to make sure that the company you keep and the things that you do, just be careful. At the end of the day, you must be very, very careful because there are so many young people out there who are looking up to you and they're like, hey, me, I want to be like Daddy Owen. So there are things you don't need to be doing. You understand?
Are you dating?
At the end of the
Are
day,
you dating?
At the end of the day, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
they call me a man of God. But before I became a man of God, I'm still a man.
Yeah.
People should remember that.
Yeah.
I'm not supernatural, I'm not, you understand? At the end of the day, I'm still a man. But that doesn't give me an excuse of doing things which are not right before God.
Yeah. So when you say you're still a man.
Yeah, a man.
So who is your lady, you man?
No, my friend, right now you've just been saying about the blogs and everything.
Yeah.
Do I need to anika my life?
But if I was your girlfriend, I don't want you mincing your words about the fact that
So you want me to say the name?
yes, we want to know, is she a celebrity like
No,
you
she's
are? Is she a celebrity like you are? Is she behind the scenes?
No, she's not a celebrity. She's just
Okay.
behind the scenes.
Okay.
I think I've answered your question. I know where you're going.
Great.
I know where you're heading.
And you, Rafton, your I believe taken.
Yes, niko na mtu napenda sana na pia yeye ametulia tu pale and I'm proud.
Is she a celebrity?
Yes. By the way, you guys are from Kakamega, isn't it?
Eh, bane.
So Kiluya mnaelewa ma I know you speak Kiluya. Mwihulu. Okay. By the way, you know I haven't had anything. But
right now,
tumeni salamu nyumbani tusikie.
abaya bengo kwenye bobore ndi ati abana bo Mwatia kuli abana bo Mwatia omya ono lango Rafton ese lango Daddy Owen ono lango Fidel ono lango Lari washise tabose na kwaborra mbe nende Merry Christmas
Nende
Happy New Year ya maana sana ingoko byosi nisinze ingoko hapana mbaya.
Yeah, and as we are celebrating Kenya at 50, of
Yes.
course, by then you
Yes.
guys are making me cry over here. It is what? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yani happy
Happy
bikula
as you are eating.
Happy New Year.
As simple as that.
So the love for tea and chicken, that's
Yes.
innate, or that's just, you know, one of those
We
stereotypes?
don't love chicken and tea. Chicken and tea loves us.
Yes.
We just
That's where people get it very wrong.
It's in love with
Any
us.
Luya guy, the chicken and the tea, they just love
In
us.
fact, when a Luya man walks into a supermarket, atake sections of flask zo anguka.
Okay, so your new songs, let me start with you, Daddy Owen, Utamu wa Maisha, with Giuliani, very nice. You know, I like, and also Msalaba. Let's hear about that, your new jams and you know, how they've been received.
Utama Maisha is not like I can't say it's a new jam as such. It's a song that I did long time ago, the audio,
Yeah.
but I had to do a video because at the end of the day, it figures a point, as a musician, you need to take like a small recess whereby you're like, you don't want to be komasikiza watu kila saa. They'll get tired of you. You understand? So like the all of
And you also want quality.
you understand? You need to take time to work on new projects and all that, and look at it because, like what I'm saying right now, the gospel industry is missing that freshness. We're missing that unique thing. But that anything we won't just sit at home and wait for it to happen.
Yeah.
So you try different things. At the end of the day, utaangukia pale kuna hiyo
And
freshness.
let's hear DJ Crossfade. Let's hear Daddy Owen. Just a reminder, and just so that you can go out there and get a copy of his music.
Yes.
Let's hear you sing.
Ati nini? Utamu, utamu, utamu. Utamu wa maisha ni ati haujui kesho iko vipi. Akaniambia ni trailer ya more to come.
Nice, fantastic, and I love that. But why Utamu wa Maisha? That's the sweetness of life. Does this, then again, and I feel like your music always has a deeper meaning, and you personalize it a lot because of experiences that
Yes,
you've
yes.
had in your life.
For me, I believe by the virtue you're breathing today, God loves you so much. And you need to live knowing that by now it's a privilege. You understand? It's through grace and mercy that you're here. It's not by by chance, ama it's not by at you're the best, ama you are like the luckiest. There's nothing like that. So enjoy every moment that comes your way, knowing that at the end of the day, it's God who's made you see this day.
And we want to hear from you, Rafton, as well. This is a singing family, which is unique, and I'm surrounded by so much talent. I hope I get all that singing energy as well. I'll only sing in the shower, though. Let's hear from you. DJ Crossfade, drop something. Let's hear Rafton's style as well. Let's see if it's different, his new jam. Yeah, let's hear from you.
The young boy is called Efiang. He's actually in class 5.
Yeah.
So ni Efiang hapo hivi amehusisha Rafton. It's as simple as that.
Oh,
It's a brilliant song.
sweet.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
fantastic. Although now we're seeing you going corporate with the
Yes.
new ambassadorial position.
yes.
So, you know, are you still going to have time to get on the stage and boogie and...
You know, I always say, if it were not for music, then I would not be an ambassador. So you can never forget your source for the prosperity that you're attaining and the doors that you're getting.
How long have you been in the industry, Rafton?
It's almost 17 years.
Wow.
Eh?
Tangu 90.
Kitambo. Bado tunapigwa picha za
17 years. So how old are you now?
old enough. Just know,
You're not
old enough.
35, 34.
I'm telling you.
You're still a young kid. You're still young.
I
Yeah.
remember we used to go, then when there was only one TV station. Ninanyaunywa hapo wazee, msifikiri tuko on air sasa siwezi nikawa.
So you've been, that's staying power, and you know, you have to just admit that you've been in the game with a lot of other secular and even gospel artists who haven't had that staying power.
Yeah.
So what has been your defining, I mean, what has been for you your X factor, the thing that has kept you going?
I'm telling you, I know it's the belief in God. Always knowing that it's not by grace and might, it's just by believing in Him.
Right.
And always going back for Him to, you know, renew, you're asking Him to renew. And then it's by His mercies, because I will tell you the truth, I've gotten so much critics. Mara, you umesikia tuko Jurassic. Some of them think maybe it's too concrete gospel. Some say you need to water it down. So it's just by God's grace that I'm still doing this.
Okay, and thanks for sharing that. And let me hear your style, you guys now, Fidel, and you know your brothers have done their thing. So pressure. Let's hear Fidel style, DJ Crossfade. Let's hear from Fidel. You can freestyle. You can do one of your jams, whatever. Yeah.
Fidela Tonela, handkerchief wakati sikuwa na lolote, rafiki sikuwa na yoyote, hata mavazi ya kuvaa, chakula na vyote. Aya, uliniokoa nitaimba, siku zangu zote. Sikuweza kusikiliza wewe ukanirudia, sikuweza kujishikilia wewe ukaniinua, nitaimba, mapenzi yako nataka kila saa.
Nice. Wow. Awesome. I love yours the best. I love Fidel's the best. It's got a bongo sort of feel to it.
I do bongo, naimba yani.
Yeah.
Anajiamini kuimba.
Yeah. Wow. Fantastic. And now to my son's hairstyle.
New York. You're going to New York.
Going to New York, man.
But no, before we hear your style, I like the gold highlight there. That's your thing.
What's it called? Ragged swag, baby. Sledge, man. We're going to New York.
Yeah. Okay. Let's hear his style. DJ Crossfade, anything? Okay.
Let me just do a freestyle.
Okay, do a freestyle. Yeah.
Sledge man, nawakilisha kila siku Mola, baraka chungu nzima na zilola, tena wanaotaka nidunde mtajisola, na represent God kila kona. Ama warrior, niko kila area, nimeshika bendera na msifu jemedari. Ama warrior, niko kila area, nimeshika bendera na msifu jemedari. Maita wanabonga, lakini tunasonga, na kubarikiwa ni baada ya kugonga. So wina dinoma so
Wow, that's amazing. And I like your ragged swag, as your brother is calling it. The trench coat, the boots, you know? Very, very nice. So you guys will be performing for us as we close, but I think just Daddy Owen, when are the Malaika Tribute Awards?
Malaika are going to be on the 19th of December. It's on a Thursday, and we just call on guys to come and celebrate with us as we just give these guys a hope and a future, and telling them that we love them and we respect them, and we are here to give them more opportunities for what they do. It doesn't mean that when you're disabled or living with disability, that's the end of the world. No, you understand? We're giving them a chance.
My question is, the first time you did the Malaika Tribute Awards, looking at the magnitude of that event and how well organized it was, what I was wondering is, what does it take to pull off an event like that? Who are your sponsors?
It's not easy. It's not easy. At the end of the day, I call myself like a Robin Hood. I go to my to my friends who have the money, who have the facilities that I need, maybe the sound, tents, and production and all this, and I go to like corporates, Safaricom, all these companies, and just ask them, give me money to do this. And there are others who are supportive, there are others who don't understand, but at the end of the day, as years goes by, they understand what you're doing.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
3-course meal.
Thank you.
You know, performances.
This year, don't miss. Don't miss.
It was good. I mean, I have to tell you, that was very well organized. And thank you so much for recognizing and celebrating persons living with disability. You know, they are talented. They are just like you and I.
I thank God.
And that is awesome. Yes. Good job you're doing there. So as we wind up, perhaps Big Bro, mentor the young people out there. Coming from a child star, you know, with Mwihulu and the likes, and staying in the game this long, you know, making money but still staying afloat and keeping your head together, staying focused, and now graduating into ambassadorial level. What would you share with the people that are watching today?
When I was in school, our principal used to say, persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. Press on. It's as simple as that. But that it means, if you keep on knocking, the Bible says, knock.
You must have been the head boy. How come you
foundation?
and carried that?
Imagine that thing he used to tell me when I was in high school.
Repeat it again.
Persistence and determination, all are omnipotent.
Yes.
Press on.
Okay.
Press on.
Press on.
Press on.
Press
So
on.
I'm there to tell young people, you know, I tell people and they don't believe. When you see all these handsome young men right over here, we used to live in a thatched house. And whenever you see Mwikulu, that is the truth. We come from a place, it is still in existence, it's called Stent Mwogo, and we used to go to school. At times even we didn't even know what we would eat. Hizi vitu kama sijui mahindi choma, doma, we used to have them. Ndio na waflosi hapa alikuwa anachapa mguu chini.
Sasa wewe sasa tena
listen. So listen, I want to tell them, it does not matter where you are. Whether you are from northern Kenya, whether you are from Garsen, whether you are from Saboit, it does not really matter. All these people, even working in this wonderful station, Citizen, they came from somewhere. And God is not a respecter of persons. Once you show him, you can give him your heart, I can assure you, you are going to succeed. And when you are up there, don't forget God. You may fall, you may lose it, but don't forget. Have the heart of David. Yes. And listen to your parents. I tell them a lot, and many a times. Preacher! Understand? And once you do that, I can assure you.
Amen. Foundation.
I can assure you, you're going to prosper. Before I forget, on the 22nd of this month, we are going to be at Thika Stadium. There's a big concert which is anointed. We are calling all the youth to come. There'll be lots of musicians. Daddy Owen atakuwa naongea on Skype, lakini wengine watakuwa na perform. We have Kina DK, we have Ben Gedai, we have Shirowa GP, just to mention but a few.
Right.
So that is what I can tell
Okay,
them.
awesome. Daddy Owen, at some point probably your parents thought, why can't you follow the example of your big brother? Rafton is, you know, he's making us proud. And now you turned your life around and followed in his footsteps and have done so well. The corporates are after you. You've gotten award after award. What do you want to share with a young guy out there who is perhaps going in the wrong direction? Yeah.
I want to tell guys, you must know that at the end of the day, the reason why you're still on this planet we call Earth is because you have a purpose. Because the moment you maliza your purpose, you die. So while you're still here, just look for that purpose. Ask God, because the Bible says, ask and it shall be given. So ask God, why am I here? What's my purpose on this planet Earth? So at the end of the day, God will give you what you need to do. Si kila saa kusema serikali. There are so many things. There are so many, like us, what we are doing right now is we just sat down and discovered that we are musicians. Yes. We didn't go to look for jobs anywhere and all those things. At the end of the day, we sat down with the talent and created something out of it.
of it.
And that's how Daddy Owen was born, and that's how Daddy Owen he is right now, and that's why Daddy Owen, God is still blessing Daddy Owen to go more far.
But
and far
but
and far.
this gift is rare. I mean, do you guys are a musical family? Does your dad sing? Does your mom sing? Where?
For me, I believe one of them was a musician,
Okay.
but those days it
Yeah.
was very hard for you to pursue your career and all that.
Okay,
So it's not like now.
let's take a look at some tweets that are coming in. This is at Alex Sabuni. You're saying Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. New
Back
Year's
to
Lassa.
hashtag Mwatia Brothers. Good
Yes,
show.
yes.
I'm enjoying it.
Yes.
Let's take a look at another one. At Juma01, great interview on at Citizen TV Kenya. Inspirational 1-2. Big up. Thank you guys for sharing your story. And the last one at Shiniski, I salute the hashtag Mwatia Brothers. I can identify with your story, Daddy Owen. Awesome. So you see, these stories inspire people. Mbona umekuwa mfupi? How did that happen?
I don't know, I can't even explain, but
yeah,
it's okay.
moving on swiftly. As we wind up, you guys, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for mentoring your younger brothers to, you know, just follow in your footsteps and just do your family proud. Yes. You guys have made the Mwatia name recognized nationwide. Yes. I'm sure your parents are very proud. Yeah. And we thank you for coming. Good luck, Daddy Owen at the Malaika Tribute Awards.
Thank you very
Good
much.
job that you're doing. And Fidel and Sledge, thank you for coming. Yeah, you guys are adorable. And I wish you all the best. So as we wind up, we've been talking to the Mwatia brothers. Definitely very inspiring story they've shared here. So you know a little bit more about them. These faces, these celebrities that you see on your TV screens all have a story, and how inspiring it is to hear them just share what they've been through and how it's shaped who they are today. You guys, it's up to you now. You know, take it away. I'm done, you know, for the evening.
Mungu Baba.
Right.
Mungu Baba.
Sawa
Eh,
basi. You're singing with us. You're not going anywhere. You have to be here. Others you're not singing.
Okay, I'll stand here and watch.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, hey. Saluti basi. Mzito. Kenya at 50. Mungu Baba twaomba. Uilinde nchi yetu. Tukizitumalize. Tusameane tupendane. Ni wewe Mungu pekee. Mungu Baba twaomba. Uilinde nchi yetu. Ati neno. Tukizitumalize. Love one another. Okay, then you say no, one another. We say so one another. Okay, then you say no. We are the leaders of the day. We are the kings of the day. We are the ones and the queens. We are the one that the Lord has chosen. Yes, we are the one with the power today. Yes, amen. My home, my Kenya, my land. Amen. My residence, my president. Amen. My town, my city, my crown. Amen. 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 My home, my Kenya, my land. Amen. My residence, my president. My town, my city, my crown. Amen. Mungu Baba twaomba. Uilinde nchi yetu. Tukisitumalize. Tusameane tupendane. Mungu Baba twaomba. Tukisitumalize. Tusameane tupendane.
Raundi hii wasee na washauri. Tusipochunga Vision 2030 itakuwa Vision 2020. Violin.